Sorry, you're probably really close up. But I am going to film this week how we stay on budget for our kids and how we stay organized for our kids. So this is like our kid folder. In this binder, I have a folder inside, and in this folder, I put important things like notices and reports and book club things and anything that I need to come back and look at the end of the week. This is where I put here. And then here, these are the items that the kids have made that week that I chose to save. We don't save everything. But then at the end of each week, I go through this and then I figure out, do I need to buy books for Scholastic and whatever. We buy most of our books from Scholastic or Amazon. They have awesome deals. Like this is a $3.99 book for $1. We never buy like their big sets, but they always have like a few books that are like $1, $2, $3 that are normally like a $5 or more book. And it's a nice way to, I would much rather give my kids books and learning activities than toys. So that goes there. And then here in our book, we have like, Casey is IEP. He is special needs. So we have like the handbook of the special education, attendance policy for our school district, calendar, a supply list that the school supplies us. So each, time I'm out, I can look and see, this is what they're going to need next year. If I see a good deal, maybe I can grab it now and just kind of put it aside. And then our handbook. I keep all of the like universal pages for the school district here. Important school information, emergency protocols. This is for like school lunch, which I send their lunch. And then here is a school information sheet. I'll show you the blank one at the end, but I'm not going to obviously put that there because my kids' information is there. And then here we put the kids' health forms, their most recent physical and school form and things like that says, how much they weighed, whatever. I'll go here, and that way whenever we have, like a sport that they're going to start at the end of the year, whenever we need to give the updated health forms, I have them here, and I don't have to worry about driving down to the doctor's office and waiting in line and all that stuff. Here's sports. This is where you put any information about, the team roster, when we have snack duty, what we paid, when it's going to start. All that stuff goes here. Currently, we only have Girl Scouts going on, so this is just Aubrey's Girl Scout stuff, cookie guides and things like that. And then finally, each kid has their own tab. Trevor's, I am his room mom, so I have, information pertaining to the class and a room mom, important databases his teacher thought he should need, important tips and tricks because in our school, they do teach cursive, and just like overview of, what's expected of him, their schedule. I even have like on the last day of school, like the room he got bumped up to and what he was expected to bring for supplies and things like that. Aubrey's is the same deal, just, from her teacher, sight words, and this is like what we got on back to school night, her daily schedule, how much lunch is, and then important like login information for her, and then same thing for her last day of school. Casey goes to a different school than the kids do, so I have like a completely different drop-off procedure, who his teacher was, his parent contact list, parent information night, all that type of stuff. And then here's Ellie. She's obviously empty because she doesn't go to school yet. She's 15 months old, but when she starts, all of her information will go here. And then these are important printables that I find like on Pinterest, or sometimes people post good stuff on Facebook and things like that. So each week we update the kids' chore list. This goes in a like a sheet protector in their room, and I have extras just in case it gets ruined, but we try to just keep using that as much as possible. Now, in our home, the children get $1 per age old they are in allowance. So Aubrey gets $6. Trevor, he just got bumped up to $9. So when they get that money, they have to immediately save half of their piggy bank. They cannot touch it. It's no questions asked, whatever. And then they spend half. Now, some weeks they will not have done their chores for a few days. So I say you lost $1. That $1 comes out of their spending money, not their saving money. But this is like taking care of my body, brushing teeth, things like that. Cleaning my room, helping around the house, other things I need to do. I always give them Sundays and Saturdays off. However, if they didn't do it throughout the week, then they have to work on Sundays and Saturdays. So we have a boy themed one and a girl themed one. And then here is just nice information that I have about the school information. You can put the school's name, address, phone number, their hours, after school care, bus schedule, their teachers, and that includes their name, the classroom, the phone, the email, principal, nurse, counselor, bus information, etc. This is a really awesome printable, and this is from organizedhome.com. I have a few of these for each kid, and then a few for extras. Back to school clothing checklist. I love this thing. I will be updating it now that we're into the new year, and basically at the end of school I go through what do we have that's keepable, you know, what do we have, if keepable is even a word, what do we have that is good to go, and we'll put here, and then we put how many we need to buy, and I check it off, and then I check this, you know, this is everything you could possibly think of: jeans, pants, t-shirts, shirts, dresses, skirts, etc. And then it's 2 kid to a thing. So we start doing this in the spring, late winter, early spring, so that I can slowly start buying over time when I see good deals, rather than going out one day and spending $1,000 and coming home with a few outfits. It's what works for us. I don't mind shopping, you know, frequently. I don't mind getting clearance, and they don't really mind either. And it's still new to them because we still put it in a bin, and then, you know, a few weeks leading up to the first day of school, we put it in their closet, and they know that they can't touch anything without tags or with tags until first day of school, and it's still new and exciting for them. But that's how we save money there. We also buy, you know, after season, we buy on clearance. We buy secondhand a lot. I buy off of my friends. We save the big kids' clothes for the little kids. It just... little things can go a long way. I would never go and pay full price for my children's clothes. Just wouldn't do it. They kill their clothes. What they don't kill, I'm just not doing it. The girls are mainly Gymboree, and Aubrey has a few things from Justice and, you know, Target here and there. Or then, like, sometimes my mom will take them places. The boys, Trevor really likes PS by Aeropostale. He likes Old Navy. He likes Gap. And Casey's a lot of Gap and Gymboree as well. So we buy name brand clothes, but there are ways to get name brand clothes for super cheap. Shop outlets, shop using coupons and clearance and additional savings off, etc. And in the back, this is things that I don't want to hole punch, like Aubrey's cookie order form, and then Casey's actual IEP stuff. So the main way that we save money with our kids is clearly by the way that I said that we clothes shop. We give them allowance. We don't buy them things throughout the year. If we buy them something, it's a pass into the zoo or a pass into the aquarium or something like that, like a place to go. We rarely buy them things. If we go to like a beach for like a weekend or something, we'll buy them like a souvenir. But again, we would much rather go and get like their hair braided or something like that. We try to avoid buying them toys. I shop year round and buy things, but I don't give that to them until their birthdays or Christmas. That way they're learning how to save money and use the money that they get for themselves. So in our budget, we do not have a kids fund. They do get books from me and, you know, like I said, events. But that's our personal thing. We would much rather give our kids a big Christmas than give our kids 1 or 2 things at Christmas time and then spoil them throughout the year. It's just what works for us, and it really makes them save money and encourages them to be smart with their money. They work for things. Aubrey ended up saving $60 to go to American Girl last year. So we said, okay, you know what? Since you save $60, you can take your savings account and you can empty it and spend it since you were so diligent with your savings. So she ended up having about $150 to spend at American Girl, which we thought was really, really good. Same thing for Trevor. We'll let him save up for things that he wants. We do put them in sports. Ask your local sports team. If you have more than 3 kids, your 3rd and up kids are free registration. We do cheap sports. We do soccer. We do Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts. You know, things like that. We're not big on like cheerleading and hockey, because it's just very expensive. It's very time consuming and we just don't have the time for it. So yeah, that's mainly how we budget for the kids. If you have any questions, definitely, ask me down below and I'll be happy to respond or do another video about it. But this is what works for us. We've kind of changed things along the way, but this is what works for a 15-month-old, a 4-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 9-year-old. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and I think next week we'll be going over our envelopes. I'm going to go through what our envelopes are, how much we put each week in them, and what envelopes we've had in the past that don't work, and what envelopes I think we need to add this year. So I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you guys next week.